Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are you doing, honey?
Doing okay. How are you?
I'm okay too. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and ring the meditation singing bowl to clear space and energy, and we can go ahead and get started.
Sounds good.
All right. So, how was the sunset for you today? Did you see
I
it?
did not see the sunset today.
Uh, well, in my area, we had a pink sunset. And usually, when it's a new moon or full moon, like the sky turns red. And it had like this beautiful pink and blue glow uh,
Nice.
right before I went down on my side. So it was
Nice.
beautiful. And but I did see a crescent moon in the sky.
I
So
did too.
my,
Yeah.
my question is, when is this new moon?
It was Tuesday,
Okay.
so the 12th, and it was Sagittarius. So we're 3 days out from it.
Okay.
Um, it was um, trying to think what all it was doing. It was Dancing with Mars, I believe. Yeah. So Mars was very close in degree. And, Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's ruled by Jupiter. Mars is a fire sign. So that's very motivated. It's a lot of action, um, a lot of optimism. Sagittarius wants to seek the truth. So that could mean travel or research or it's higher education. You might be motivated to take some classes or be involved with a college somewhere or another. Um, it rules foreigners, foreign countries, foreign languages. It could mean someone from a foreign country is in your path, or you physically go to a foreign country. And it's the archer. So that is the centaur energy, which is quite often associated with the wounded healer. And through your pain, you teach others. So it 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 rules the ninth house of the natural zodiac wheel, which is where we find our faith, um, abstract mind, religion, philosophy. Um, it's the archetype of the gypsy or the scholar. Um, it, in its most extreme expression, can be the fanatics. So it's very elevated. It's very buoyant feeling. You may have been more energized. Would that be Luna?
Yeah. So I might meet myself if she's going at it.
Um, it was close in proximity to Mars, and that's very um, associated with fitness. It might be a good time to have a new routine of some sort, health routine. Um, it can be very frustrating. Mars is the warrior, so he's prone to debate and argue. So you may be around that kind of um, heightened emotions and exchanges. It'd be very easy to lose your temper under that kind of energy. Of course, new moons is when, a new cycle starts. So it's about starting new things. Um, Neptune was squaring the new moon. So Neptune brings in that element of rose-colored lenses and not seeing things, um, or seeing things for the highest good, which is what Jupiter has us do, to see things for their best potential, and that Neptunian kind of dreaminess. Uh, but it's also very psychic. So Neptune squaring the sun moon conjunction of the new moon with Mars in there definitely could bring um, intuitive insights and like a stronger psychic ability. So really trust what your intuition tells you. If you're trying to make decisions about things, you want to trust your own intuition. And so again, Neptune is that element of spirituality. And so you could have outer body experiences under this kind of energy, or remote viewing. Um, you might be talking to people more about metaphysics or spirituality that you wouldn't normally talk to, or people kind of feeling each other out about what are their beliefs metaphysically, and getting into those kind of eccentric conversations. And the following day, Mercury stationed retrograde. So we know that's like putting a blind spot in our mind. We're not seeing everything. It tends to create delays. Uh, Things that are mechanical can break down. Um, Communication can be distorted. It stations direct, I believe, on New Year's Day. So we'll be going through the end of the year with a Mercury retrograde. There's quite a lot of shifts. Mercury's in Capricorn right now. So this could be strongly associated with work items, um, work habits, and Chiron goes direct on December 26th. Chiron is very much like that Saturn energy. So where it's been retrograde and, getting ready to go direct right around the 26th, will free up energy, kind of make energy more free flowing. Uh, if you've been feeling stagnant, or like things aren't really happening as quickly as you'd like, certainly in the last couple of weeks of the year, the energy is much more free flowing. Uh, if there have been projects or tasks that you've been delayed or having a hard time getting done, I think you'll see them start to click, or the things that you need to fall in place. With that Mercury in Capricorn, it could be associated with new jobs or new job opportunities. And then Jupiter stations direct on New Year's Eve. So they're within a week of each other. You've got Chiron, Jupiter, and Mercury all going direct. And that's a big push forward. It's a big release of energy where, you might have felt things being held hostage, or you might feel like someone's been holding you hostage or holding something over your head as leverage. It can be a very manipulative energy with Neptune involved. So, and then on December 21st in the Northern Hemisphere, we have the winter solstice. So this is when the days start growing more light. At the fall equinox, we lose daylight. And then once we get to the winter solstice, the days start growing longer. I've heard, I don't know how accurate this is, but I've heard it's like 6 minutes a day of more of light. So that's very optimistic, to be exposed to more light during the day. And, this is sort of the darkness of the fall is the gestation of a seed. And that equates to like ideas and things that we want to do. So as we get to the winter solstice and more light is coming in, um, you start to feel that growth. You start to feel the movement towards spring of coming out of the darkness. And that can mean in your subconscious mind, Mercury retrograde is a weird kind of feeling of a blind spot. So, um, feeling like light is being shed on something you might inquire about is that Jupiterian hopefulness, buoyancy. I know I've been using that word, but that's how it feels to me. And all of this sort of is a reminder notice of the cycles of nature. Excuse me. That, at every ending is a beginning, at every beginning is an ending. So, all of this, I think, is sort of a reminder that wherever you find yourself, whether it's good or bad, indifferent, that the only thing permanent really that we have is change. So the more we embrace that flexibility to receive change and be open to change, the better. And these kinds of energies, I think, give us the opportunity to practice that and get more comfortable with it. So, um, a lot of shifts of energy. To me, it can feel very exhaustive. You just, about the time you think you're used to um, a stable energy, then you get all this fire energy and the changes of direction and planets and those cumulative sort of energies really can sort of I almost feel like you're the energies in a windstorm or a wind tunnel of sorts, where you can feel sort of beaten up or certainly drained of energy. So it's always an opportunity to be more pliable and more willing to see things from a lot of different angles. The more fixed of an energy you are, the more difficult this kind of energy is and the more air and fire you are, this is very, it feeds that, it makes all of that sort of ability to change. And I keep thinking of the word fickleness, right? So, quirkiness. So it can be some interesting things going on. I haven't really been keeping much in touch this week with current events, but it feels like it's probably been a little chaotic and changeable, and um, some heated debates going on, maybe.
I've seen some stuff, but I also haven't been able to like catch up with what's been going on. Because my energy is like I'm getting to a point where I've gone like a machine, and now on the home stretch. It's like just a little bit longer, then I can relax.
Yeah,
That's where I'm at. So I haven't been able to like see what the world events are, like what's going on. I'm pretty sure there's a lot because I hear sirens going on, um, police, and I'm like, what the world is going on, around me? And I'm in La La Land over here, like I'm oblivious to
One
like
of the
focus on.
sayings that I've heard several times this week is hit the wall. Like you go and go and go, and then at some point you kind of hit the wall.
Mhm.
And then, what does that do? You kind of have to recoil. And this is, depending on how you're responding to it, I would think it's a really good time to catch up on some extra rest. Um,
I think we all need it and deserve it.
this time of year typically does have more activity and more things going on. So people are more exhausted anyway with extra things on their calendar. But then when you add to that the um, shifting of planets going from retrograde to direct, and the new moon holding hands with a planet like Mars really does fire it up. It really does initiate more action.
Mhm.
So it's an interesting mix. It's a very interesting mix, and hopefully everyone is navigating it swimmingly. And if you're not, lay down.
I hear you, honey, loud
Lay
and
down.
clear. I'm
Lay
gonna
down.
lay down after this live.
Yeah. Just lay down and rest.
I'm trying to figure out, um, is there another moon cycle before the end of the year? Is
Yes, we have a full moon. Let me see here. We have a full moon, a Cancer full moon, December 26th and 27th.
okay, right after Christmas.
The day after, yeah.
So it's really interesting. It's a Cancerian moon.
That would be the water.
So like after the holidays, getting a little bit emotional,
Yeah. A
like
lot of energy about mother and nurturance.
yeah.
And that week between Christmas and New Year's is always a weird week, you know.
Yeah, it's like, being sentimental and like a coming together. I mean, it could be good or bad depending on your personal circumstance, but then you're like, gearing up for the new year, which is like a switch, you
Right.
know. Um,
Then on New Year's Day is when Mercury stations direct.
right.
So let me just look at the rest of, see what else might be
I
going.
just know that I'm already coming across some glitchy stuff with my electronics.
Yeah.
Um, so it's already happened.
And then right there at the same time of the full moon, Jupiter goes direct.
Mm.
So, and that's been retrograde for a couple of months, actually since the 1st of September. So,
So it will feel as if things are progressing forward at that point.
I think so. And then we had Neptune go direct a couple of weeks ago around December the 5th. So it's starting to pick up speed. And, Neptune brings in so many elements of, industrially, it brings in issues of petroleum and oil, poisons, toxins, water, floods, that kind of
Mhm.
thing. So I do know that in our area in Virginia, I believe it was Sunday night, we actually had tornado watches. There's been some really crazy weather patterns that I
Hmm.
suspect won't get any less crazy with all these shifts of energy. Um, Certainly, it's a time when everybody sort of evaluates their year and makes kind of a outlook of what they want the new year to bring or goals to set. Um, So it could be movement, it could be a lot of movement, whether it be your physical home or vocation. It just seems like a lot of change in the air, a lot of different.
Well, everything that you're saying is pretty much on point with what's going on in my world. There is a lot of change that's going on. A lot of communication with people all over the world. Um, talks of travel, things like that. Um, so yeah, and I can't really plan for anything. It's more or less like the idea, and so yeah.
So, just looking at the headlines, there's a fertility doctor lawsuit. That's funny. Um, there's been this thing going around about the dog respiratory illness.
Oh,
Um, Something to do with an Iceland volcano eruptions,
you know what?
a Diet Coke recall.
Hmm.
That's funny. Um, so, Mars conjunct a new moon, squaring Neptune. Uh, that is cray cray. That might even be like, you know, a lot more self doubt, because Mars squaring Neptune will make you doubt your intuition. It'll make you question whether your intuition is correct. I think that's one of the lessons coming out of these energies is to tune into your intuition and trust yourself. Um, because given the different shifts, it would be easy to second guess what's coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
And so getting really grounded about your first voice and what it tells you um, is a really good way to try to master these kinds of vibes. A lot of Mars, it brings in the sexual element. Neptune is very seductive. So you might need to navigate like what is real there, um, what what is resonating. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Retrogrades bring back patterns of energy. So dealing with your patterns in relationships, and one example might be, you've always been a giver in a relationship, and in each life path there are many lessons, and one of them is to learn how to allow people to help you, to receive, that you're not always the giver. So this might be some sort of energy of learning how to do the thing that you've always had a hard time doing.
Mm-hmm.
Trusting comes up, so Neptune is eerily disorientating. It's about illusion, and it's hard to navigate uh, when it's swirling around with a lot of dreamy kinds of energies. So it's challenging to know what your intuition is sometimes on that front. And that Capricornian Mercury wants to be practical, right? Wants to be
Mm-hmm.
grounded and solid, so I think that when it comes to love and romance under these energies, definitely leaning towards what is the practical would help navigate the Neptunian uh, weaving its web of romance and illusion and fantasy. And so it's really about learning from our patterns, whatever those might be, in relationship. Um, uh, Women have a tendency to always want to try to fix things. It's part of the mother, it's part of the nurturer. And uh, I think as we have experiences, we learn that there's some things we can't fix. And that might be part of this feeling of being flexible to change, and that if you're in something that you've got a fixer upper, as I have called them in the past,
Mm-hmm.
that letting that be without feelings of you've got to do something about it or it's up to you to make it all right. Um, that's a pattern, seeing someone's potential and not being practical about who they are is a really hard lesson,
Mm-hmm.
because we all want to be loved, we all want to be needed. And I just think it's really important that we stay practical about our lessons in life, about relationship patterns, and um, trying not to repeat patterns that have not brought us joy. And so it's an interesting time with Neptune squaring Mars. That's pretty seductive, pretty pretty seductive. That's about the best word I can think of. And
Yeah,
um,
I can actually vouch for what you're talking about, because of my personal experience. Um, because I am talking to someone right now, and I know that he's had a past, and he's worked through his stuff, and I've worked through my stuff, and I see so much maturity coming from this person that I don't have to heal him. He's already done the healing work. Um, like even recently, I went to the hospital, and he always wanted to make sure I was okay. And I never had that. I can't even remember when. I almost wanted to cry. I was like, "Oh my god." It was a nice feeling. And I told him, I said, "I've been so strong this whole time. I don't know, like this feels nice
yeah,
to receive this love coming from someone else. Like no one's ever like, honey, I want to cry, but Jesus,
don't cry.
like this person is it. Like, and for me being a Capricorn and he's an air sign, I'm really trying to ground myself,
Yeah,
because I'm trying to be practical. But he just kind of checks off in every way. And we both agreed that we all had our past, and we both have learned a lot, and that's why we both are coming together with a sense of maturity and understanding and compassion, and always wanting to make each other feel loved and appreciated, and we both reciprocate that on a daily basis. And this is the most I've gotten from anybody in like 20 years.
that's nice. And
it
the healing continues. Obviously, people come together to continue healing. It's never
mhm.
over.
Right, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is. So everything that you're speaking of, um, it's nice. Like, I don't know what else to say.
I do think that's one of the lessons we're here to learn is to receive help from
Mhm.
others and to receive, not just always being the giver. That's a lesson in of itself. And certainly, the mixture of shifts and turns and changes opens doors of opportunity for learning those lessons. Chiron going direct is a huge lesson in maturity and mature emotions. And Sagittarius, the centaur is the teacher and philosopher. So it's all, that combination of higher mind, higher love, higher aspirations. So I think that the more we can, um, be honest with ourselves and others, the better we can bring in these energies to really affect our well-being and affect our lives. And that's one of the tools astrology extends is the opportunities for how to make our life better, how to reap the benefit of energies and their combinations. And so it's definitely, we're ending 2023 on a high note, I would say for sure. And 2024, as Pluto moves into Aquarius more strongly, these really are times of total change amongst humanity and people's aspirations for what they want to do every day and how they want to express themselves. So we definitely are I think in a positive projection for the new year. Um, and that might be something we want to think about doing at the end of the month is some projections for 2024. Um, it's really an exciting time to be alive, even though it's very chaotic and structures and things that we've maybe been used to are changing. And in a lot of ways, that's very good.
Yeah.
Time structures need to change. There's a cluster of Chiron with North Node and an asteroid um, that would represent being very more aware of our physical being, like how you're taking care of yourself physically. Um, North Node could represent pattern like family patterns, like are you like someone in your family and um, maybe saw where they were abusive to themselves and you change that sort of ancestral pattern. So ancestral patterns are very big under this kind of pattern. I'm using the word pattern a lot. We had the number 15 we were using a lot, and seems like I'm using the word pattern a lot. Um, karma has been described to me as patterns like in candle wax in your
Mhm.
subconscious body. So, and wax melts very easily. So I think this is a good time to, you know, celebrate the ending of karmic patterns, especially ones you've seen as an ancestral pattern, like, generations within your family of men and women, and changing those patterns. And that's huge. So wherever the north node is, the south node is exactly opposite of that. And it is dancing around, where we would typically look at partnerships and marriages and relationships. So, meeting partners who feel familiar from a past life, or who feel familiar to people in our family, that would be expected. And I think the biggest thing right now happening astrologically is the Neptunian energy. Um, Squared to Mars, it's very energized, and it's been involved in all of our lunations for a couple of months. And that really is about our own intuition. So, and psychic ability. You may find it easier to know what someone's going to say, or finish their sentence, or um, you just have a knowing of what's going to happen. Um, so I would meditate on tapping into your own intuition and your own Chiron, Saturn type life lessons, and be open to what yourself tells yourself, right? That's the intuition.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, between the new moon, the winter solstice, and the full moon, and planets going direct, this month is nothing but energetic shifts. So,
So, um, I guess like in the coming weeks or a week, um, then do you think that you'll give us like a annual review of like what 2024 might look like?
yeah, I usually do. I usually like to do some sort of forecast. The big one for 2024 is Pluto moving into Aquarius for good and staying. And that's huge for humanity. Um, it's huge for all of us in um, metaphysics. Aquarius is where we find metaphysical tools. Um, I think that all things with religious foundations are subject to change. A lot of, what Pluto does is it tears down structures. And the promise of Pluto is that it always rebuilds back better. And I think we can all agree that a lot of foundations have been torn down in the last 3 to 4 years, whether it be the medical industry, the housing industry, political platforms, and maybe even to where people fear those iconic kind of foundations changing. But the promise is it builds back better. So as we get into Pluto and Aquarius, these iconic foundations in society will not only come back, but be so much better than they ever were. Aquarius is all about freedom and equality and compassion, humanity, um, more of a we can do this together, not singular, not people just feeling like they're battling it out on their own, but that you have um, a neighborhood or a um, group of like-minded people that are all sharing the same goal to see something work better. Um, it's going to be interesting how that plays out politically and um, socially. Um, I think that we can all certainly gain from um, doing positive meditations on how we want to see these different foundations built back. Um, Certainly, the financial structures are ever changing. And whenever you talk about someone's money, you kind of make them nervous. Um, but I do think that it is all with the goal in sight of um, equality and fairness. Aquarius is the humanitarian, so it doesn't want to see anyone go without or be less than. Um, I think one of the interesting dynamics that I've slowly been watching and have a personal interest in is your basic workplace. How COVID affected um, remote workers. And since it's been over, how employers have responded to remote working and how that is going to shift or change with the value systems. I think around here anyway, people got a taste of what it was like to have more equilibrium between their home life and their work life, and they liked it, and they're more resistant to giving it up.
I know, right? They're like, we're not going back. I know that in my workplace, people, the boss was like, everybody needs to go back to work, and there was like a semi-protest on this. So they made it to where they have to go in 3 days out of the week rather than the full five.
Right.
Um, so I think that's fair, just so
Yeah.
that you have like the group sessions if you need access to certain people or whatnot. And then at least for 2 days out of the week you can stay home, from
Right.
work. So
Well, I think we're going to see more of that. Those type value systems, which is Pluto,
mhm.
your moral values are very Plutonian, and seeing how those change under the sign of the water bearer, right? The metaphysician. Aquarius is the metaphysician, and interesting. It'll be fun for those of us that love metaphysics to see it become more mainstream, or to at least be embraced more than shunned. You know.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think that I'm going to do a little study about patterns for 2024 and how they touch on like eclipse points. Our first eclipse is in April, and how we can connect that back to the last time, those energies. I think that's helpful when you can see something coming and know that it was similar to something that was 14 years ago. You kind of get an insight of maybe what you might be addressing.
Mhm.
And So some of the crystals that are under the Sagittarius rulership are smoky quartz, sodalite, labradorite, and clear quartz. Sagittarius rules the hips and thighs. So,
I have my smoky quartz right here.
mine are up in the window.
I have a double pointed one. Or two.
Yeah.
I'll put these out.
Yeah. So you want to draw some cards?
Yeah, sure.
I pulled out
Um,
your deck.
the Tarot Visions, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And do you have any left for sale on your website?
Yes, I have like 9 or 10 left, and that's it, guys. If you guys want a copy of Tarot Visions, that's it. These are limited edition.
So get your copy. I
Yeah.
like the back side of them
Well,
too.
thank you.
Yeah.
Here, let me grab mine too.
Yeah. It's pretty.
Thank you. They look good when they're spread out.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and I believe Aries is up. If I can
So
find.
Aries is fire. Sagittarius new moon is fire. Aries should be under a good energy for lucky things happening. Mars is there, and Mars rules Aries, so I would suspect Aries is in a very upswing of good things happening,
Mhm.
opportunities, and boop. And I got the Nine of Cups.
All right, and we have Temperance. So, well, this is actually good. So, Aries, if you've been patient, okay, with your twin flame especially, maybe finally you feel balanced. Your wish may come true.
Yeah, Aries definitely is in an upswing for this energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe things are finally balancing out for you. Is the feeling I'm getting. Um, that's actually a really good thing.
It is very positive.
Yeah. So that was good, Aries.
Yeah,
All right. So now we have Taurus.
the Earth sign. Fire and Earth can be a little, well, Taurus can be stubborn all by itself, but so Taurus might be resisting some of these sort of,
And I have Knight of Pentacles in reverse.
and I have Two of Cups.
Yeah, so this one it says bored, perfectionist, lazy, and cheap. Taurus,
Oh,
what's going on? Is this in regards to your partnership over there? Um, if you're holding back on offering love because you're bored or like things aren't going your way, maybe it's time to just take a step back and I don't know, just kind of think about it, right?
well, Taurus is the romantic, so
They maybe if you wanted things, mm, yeah, I really feel like Taurus is pumping their brakes on love. That's what it feels like to me.
yeah,
Um,
kind of stubborn about it.
yeah, I mean, because I really feel that Taurus's idea of love is like doing things together, having like perfect harmony or balance. And if if you're not in the right mind and place to give in this way or receive,
Right.
then maybe you're second guessing about a relationship.
I feel like there's tension there or something that Mars square to Neptune is
Because remember, you had mentioned about like being practical and really like, kind of like the Capricornian energy, which is very similar to all the other earth signs. And then we have that Neptune stuff that's going on, like maybe the illusions
I
of
want
maybe,
to say scorched earth for some reason.
okay, well, scorched earth.
Like maybe Taurus doesn't want to go back over um, like prior relationship
Yeah,
problems.
because I can definitely see Taurus being stubborn about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
But a new moon would be about letting that go and letting it transform into, you know, lesson learned.
Lesson learned, maybe there's another person in the wings somewhere. Maybe.
Where there's an ending, there's a beginning.
Yeah. So just think about that, Taurus, if that applies to you.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have Gemini.
Queen of Wands, Gemini.
Oh, ooh la la.
Yeah. That
So,
air energy likes all of that fire.
mm-hmm. Oh, look at this. I have Knight of Cups.
Oh.
So, Gemini, what is this? Love on the train?
Yeah.
Are you being brave to take that travel to this someone special?
Gemini definitely has some socializing under the current energies.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's that sex energy you're talking about, that Mars.
Yeah.
And Gemini is an air sign, so. Ah, so good for you, Gemini. Yeah, wherever you're going, you're gonna have a good old time.
Yeah. I think Gemini is going to be having some fun holiday parties.
Yeah. The other thing I'm also getting is that, let's just say that this is a twin flame. I feel that Gemini is really thinking romantic thoughts to their counterpart, and they're thinking of taking the next step forward to maybe say hello and use their charm and passion, you know, whatever this seductive energy is. Um, really being creative and trying to
Definitely
come up.
passion there for Gemini.
Yeah,
Definitely passion.
I was thinking naughty, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. All right, next we have Cancer.
It's going to be a Cancer full moon in a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Cancer is water, so it can be exhausted under all of this fire energy. This
Yeah,
is
nice.
Four of Wands.
Okay. Well, I have Five of Pentacles that came up in reverse. So it says recovery, improvement, and employment. So this is about your home, like recovering from like economic situations or making improvements around the home. This could be about your work, maybe working at home. This is even around like the holidays. You could be working through the holidays, is what I'm feeling. Um, because that might be the extra thing to make um, stuff work. in the home place is what I'm sensing here.
Definitely the whole concept of nurturance, whether it be for yourself or others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like feeling like I don't know. I keep getting like this heavy load. Um, taking it on because you feel that the home is important, and so you feel like you should
and,
be the one to make it comfortable.
and
Cancer.
family.
Yeah, family, like making sure like everyone is at home. So yeah. So I feel that because between now until like the full moon, I really feel like cancers.
So this is what I'm celebrating.
I feel like cancer is the one that okay, they're the ones inviting the people over to her house, and then after everyone is having their eggnog and stuff, like cancer is gonna be cleaning up the house too, making sure like like,
as,
everybody's taken
as Leo
care of.
Driver.
Yeah, I saw eggnog today, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had that in a long time, but I'm like, man, I'm vegan. I can't have any of that. They need to come up with a vegan eggnog if that were a thing.
Somebody brought something to work yesterday. It was like eggnog bites. I didn't have one. I'm not a fan of eggnog, but she did talk about, they had some liquor in them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So far this week, somebody's brought in rum balls and eggnog bites. So you get the theme at my office. People like to drink.
Yeah. Rum cakes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Leo, what you got? This is judgment.
Okay, and I have the hangman. So, like, maybe this is the reflection. We are kind of in the Mercury retrograde perspective of letting go. And then you have forgiveness, renewal, and awakening. So maybe it's about like taking a step back and thinking about how to go through like a new change. I
So
don't know.
Leo's fire, and with the fire new moon squaring or conjuncting the fire of Mars, Leo would be working hard, getting a lot done, fired up, trying to avoid conflict.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I feel like it's more of an observer type energy. Just like how like some people are very talkative, and I know that Leos can get that way once they get it going, but um, I feel that this time around it's more of a pause and reflection and
yeah,
thinking before you speak, because you're more aware. So it's more reflective is what I'm feeling with this.
that sounds good.
Yeah. So I guess that's okay, Leo.
Yeah,
You just take some time for yourself and think. That's quite all right.
Leo likes the whole, um, you know, food, music, party, dance, celebrations.
Being out there.
Might be a little exasperated with uh, too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
I've got 3 of Wands for Virgo.
And I have Knight of Pentacles for Virgo. So, well, this isn't nothing new. We have bored, perfectionist, lazy, and
Yeah.
impatient. I'm sorry, but Virgo. Is this about like going on a vacation, or like travel? I mean, like, I guess this is the holidays, and maybe Virgo's being practical, and they're like, no, I don't want to go. Um, it's just better to stay back. You know,
Well, this is very creative energy. Maybe Virgo is um, has some creative project to focus on for the holiday, or
I can see that. I just feel like Virgo's got a lot on their mind, like overthinking whatever this thing is in the future, you know, for whatever opportunity that is in front of you. Um, I just keep getting this feeling of overthinking.
yeah,
Um, I would say, if you want to make that list, go ahead.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, and
Make
if
lists of your lists,
and if
Virgo.
anybody wants to gift Virgo anything, give them a notebook, okay?
Yeah,
Just saying.
any kind of periodical
Or a book, or even any kind of book.
or organizational items.
A planner, like a planner for the new year.
Yeah,
You could write your thoughts in that. Just saying. All right. So now we have Libra.
yeah. Oh, Libra, you're going at it. Ace of Swords.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, something. Oh, okay. Well, maybe not. I have here Queen of Cups, but it's in reverse.
Is this some sort of conflict for Libra legally, maybe?
So there must be someone in Libra's world where they are feeling insecure about overgiving towards somebody who is always in need of something, right? Um, Now, maybe you'll overcome this. Maybe you know who this person is, and they keep coming back and not taking no for an answer, is what I'm feeling. Um, Maybe you make this other person feel insecure. Maybe this is yourself. But this Queen of Cups energy, I don't know, like being emotional, and you're aware of this. Like, oh, I'm getting drama queen or drama king.
Right.
Hmm. So maybe the truth will come out about a particular person.
The
Maybe
truth. Yeah.
it's time to make a decision, or based on what you know, like what are you going to do with this energy?
Receive the some sort of higher knowledge.
I think that whoever this person is, Libra, um you already know, and maybe it's just like knowing, like you don't have to do anything, it's just you're in the know.
Yeah.
Something may come to light on a new situation that
That
possibly.
is a gift. An ace would be a gift.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, that's some good intel, right?
Yeah. Libra gets the truth.
That's what they like. The
Yeah.
truth. So now we have Scorpio.
What is Scorpio up to with the Neptune Mars square to the new moon? That's,
Oh, jeez. Well, I have the Tower over here.
oh goodness.
Dun dun
I have
dun.
the Page of Wands.
Okay. So with this Tower card, it says sudden change, destruction, and trauma. So maybe you're just kind of shocked over a situation that something had to give. Um, and this wasn't something that you expected, but there's optimism, I feel, with your card.
Yeah. Maybe a new direction.
Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it's a good shock. It's not a bad shock.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So, whatever this is, Scorpio, it's gonna be okay. This is a spiritual thing because I see here the number 16. You know, it's one off from 15, but like a new beginning in love, the spiritual connection, and
Maybe with someone younger
yeah, it could be. Um,
or someone with a younger child.
yeah, this comes out of nowhere. Like you didn't see this coming, and it may happen around this week, right? Or it already happened because the 12th was the actual
Tuesday, yeah.
new moon. So good for you.
But it lasts for a while.
Hopefully. Or are you saying that because astrologically it's
Yeah.
okay? Mm,
Lingers.
okay. Well, that's good news, Scorpio. So for Sag, I have
Sag.
Ace of Cups in reverse.
Oh, I have the King of Cups.
Oh, um, what's going on, Sag? So you're holding back your feelings, maybe because somebody's married or they're in another situation, or this is about your relationship with a married person to a married individual, or you're married. Doesn't have to be. Um, I see here
Well,
the intuition. So you were talking about earlier about like really trusting your intuition that maybe Sag needs to really care about themselves more.
definitely all the cups is about their emotional well-being.
You know what it feels like? It feels like Sag, like you've been devoted to like a person and you gave it a shot, but you've been holding back, um, maybe because you feel like you're not being heard. Like I feel like you tried to be loyal.
I think too there's some kind of truth that maybe came out that turns things upside down a little bit or
Yeah, I'm feeling tension between two people having a conversation, and maybe it escalated into a little argument. I mean, not a full blown out one, but at least a disagreement. Um,
a debate.
yeah, a debate. Yeah, there you go. That sounds better.
That would definitely be the Sagittarius new moon holding hands with Mars.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right about that. Hmm.
Definite tension for sure.
Yeah. And so, like, trust your intuition on this. Maybe you've been holding back. Maybe you need to speak your piece. Maybe you need to tell the truth, to whoever this person is, and they're not hearing it. Um, I don't know. That's what it feels like.
It does.
And it feels like, I'm sitting here like drinking coffee with you. What else do you want from me? That's you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck, you're like, like right next to you. What do you
Square
want?
Neptune, take your robe off. That's what that means.
Oh yeah, like, yeah, one extra step. I don't know.
So Sag is probably going through some relationship hiccups, maybe.
That's what it looks like. So with this new moon, maybe it's a new beginning of some sort, wherever way it goes.
Yeah,
Um, So yeah, it'll be all right. Well, 2024 is around the corner.
that's right. It can only get better.
Yeah. So now we have Capricorn. Oh, okay. We have Empress.
Ten of Swords.
Okay. So let's see here.
What do you have? The Empress.
So it says the mother, sensual, deep love, and committed. Okay, and you have, let's see here. What was that? Backstabbing, betrayal, bitter, and goodbye. Wow. So, Capricorn, if you had deep love for someone and you were totally committed, because Capricorn, you can totally go the distance on that. Um, Maybe you feel like you can't do it anymore. Maybe this is that karmic realization that you've been like a nurturer, a mother. You've been sympathetic, but you've been backstabbed at the same time. So perhaps this is like change, in regards to like third party situations. This is here number three. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, and this card makes me feel like self care is very important.
Hmm. Well, I chose like this Indian woman because in the Indian culture, they're kind of forced into like marriage, um,
Right.
and so like they feel like a lot of times they just can't take the relationship that they were married into, and they feel betrayed maybe because the other person was, cheating, but because of saving the family's reputation, the name. Like I feel like maybe you've done all that you can, but you're just feeling like a sense of betrayal. Um, Maybe you just want to say goodbye to that, because you've been like this filial person. It just feels like you've been dealt like the short end of the stick, Cap, and but you have like this compassion, this love. So it's almost self-sacrificing at the same time too.
Well, and certainly, Ten of Swords, traditionally is about not understanding why we go through the pain we go. So with the Empress, I would think some insight is there for, we go through everything for a reason and it's purposeful. It's
Hmm.
not random. It's for us to work through karmic patterns and get to, the best of life type things.
Yeah, and I see the mirror in your card, so that's like reflecting um, maybe some of these patterns, and maybe saying goodbye to those patterns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the reverse, it's the healing aspect. You just like you've healed from the betrayal, the backstabbing,
Right.
and so you're able to release it. But for now, maybe you're feeling like going through some reflection on this.
I definitely feel like there's a lot of release for Capricorn under the new moon.
Well, I know I feel like because I feel good. Like I don't like no pressure. I'm ready to move on. So next we have Aquarius. Oh, okay. We have Knight of Cups.
I
And
have the Three of Cups.
mine actually came up in reverse. So it says dreamy, unrealistic, jealous, and moody. Hmm. So maybe this is about like the holidays. I see here celebration, socializing, and reunion.
Yeah.
So maybe of course you're in your head about a particular person, like whether or not you're going to be able to celebrate with that individual. Um, Maybe you get moody because you see that this person is celebrating with someone else. That could be a thing.
Something unconventional.
Hmm. Or it could be like it doesn't have to be that negative. It could be like unrealistic, right? So maybe it's unrealistic to be with a particular person to celebrate during the holidays. So that could be a thing. Like if you're wanting to spend time with a particular person but can't, so that could be a thing.
9 of Cups reverse, 3 of Cups. I get the feeling too, maybe like someone not being able to make it home. Like an older brother or some family member not making it home for the family celebrations.
That could be a thing. Because like I know a lot of people are traveling, but then some of them like Virgo I saw, they may stay back home, you know, because
Well, a lot of the weather patterns have jacked up all the flights too.
I've seen that. Did you see that airline from Canada where they had to redirect the airplane because the wheel was frozen and they had to land in a different place? But yeah, I saw that. I was laughing because there was another article I read about how a plane had to turn back around because someone had severe case of diarrhea.
Oh my goodness.
That everybody on the plane got mad at this one person because they couldn't get their shit together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I know it's that. I mean, for the person, but the embarrassing part, right, is
Right.
maybe like their shit was broadcasted on the news.
Oh my gosh.
But luckily, they didn't like tag the person's name, right?
Right.
So yeah, but I saw that recently about the flight. Anyway, Pisces, last but not least.
Certainly not least.
Oh yeah.
Neptune rules Pisces, and Neptune is in a dicey square to this new moon.
Oh wow.
6 of Pentacles.
Okay, Pisces. Well, we have King of Pentacles in reverse, and it says corrupt, poor, greedy, uncaring, and lost. So this is about maybe like a coming together with family and friends and trying to keep balance and the peace, but maybe you just don't care. Like,
Well,
um,
this is too family and friends asking to borrow money from you, and you just don't have it to give right now.
yeah, that could be a thing too. So you're like, nope, I don't care. I don't care if you're broke. I can't. I don't have no money to give you.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, it doesn't have to be that severe, but I get like this feeling of being standoffish. It could be like a bah humbug holiday for Pisces, like bah, you know.
Just
Um,
another day.
yeah, it's like yeah, we got the family. Yes, not a care if somebody lost something, you know, because I'm hearing like chatter or groups of people talking, and Pisces is kind of off, and because you know Pisces can be like a psychic sponge to like absorbing everyone's um, energy.
Makes them want to drink.
Yeah, so interesting.
I would say be conservative with your money this holiday season, Pisces.
Well, I know my brother is because I mean I don't mean to air his personal business on here, but you know he put up the tree, but there's no presents underneath, and I'm
Oh,
like, oh okay, so that looks nice. I was like, that's okay. We all been there at least once, you know. So yeah,
I was seeing something advertised, so the viewers need to go and go to your website and pick up on your Tarot Visions cards. They're beautiful.
Thank you. Yes, it's limited edition, guys. So like once I sell out, it's gone. And I can give you my autograph too with it, just so that you know it's a limited print. Like it's not getting printed anymore. So yep, and there is the Empress on the cover. I enjoyed making that, by the way, the Empress out of this little deck.
Yes.
That's why she made it to the cover.
Nice.
Yeah. So okay, well, what do we have here? Who is in the chat? Hold on. Good evening, Linda. Today is the Leo moon too. Oh, okay. Um, okay, Linda. Uh, Libra, Cap, or Scorpio. I can't tell. That's me, right? I always wait until the last minute. But my kids are nosy and start counting how many gifts they have.
Oh, God.
That's me right now. Yeah. So I mean that's no judgment. Shoot, like we all been there, right? That's cool.
Well, there has been some news about how expensive trees have gotten this year. They've really gone up in price.
I used to buy like the live trees, but I stopped because like the sap. I think I started to get allergic to like the smell. Or sensitive to the smell. I think because I'm getting older, I'm more sensitive. And so I switched to a fake tree. Obviously, I have one back there. I have two, by the way. I have a bigger one around the corner. Um, but yeah, like it is so much easier and better. You just pop it out of the box, put it together, and the lights are already on there.
Yeah.
Before, I would have to like lug the thing, and then like the pine needles will fall to the ground. I have to vacuum it. I have to make sure it has water. And then I have to part ways with the tree once it's done. And I hate doing that just for like a month. And I'm a tree lover. So it's like I'm gonna have a fake tree. Like fuck it. Like
Now
I'll
you can get them so they even have the fir aroma. And
oh really?
yeah,
Well, I probably should just keep it plain for now. You think you paid 80 for your white Charlie Brown? Oh my god, that is pre-lit. I had to add extra stuff to make it look fuller. Wow, even fake ones are 80 bucks. I don't know, like cuz it's been a while since I don't remember how much I paid for my tree, but luckily it's already paid for. So yeah, 80 bucks. That's a lot. Like I don't know how much gas prices are in your corner, but mine are like $5 a gallon. But if I go to like Costco or something, it's like $4 and some change.
it's
Um,
$3 here.
$3, so it's like maybe $1 cheaper. But yeah, like gas prices haven't gone down.
Neptune.
Well, I'm saying it hasn't gone down in years.
It definitely is some kind of shell game. It's like
Hmm.
prescription drugs. Nobody really knows how much they cost.
Yeah.
Whatever the whim is of the powers that be that day to set the price.
Mm-hmm. Um, Merry Christmas, Lays. Good to see you both. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone too. But yeah, because we won't be here before Christmas, it'll be after Christmas,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. And um if you guys celebrate, and I hope it's going to be a merry one. However, you guys are spending it.
Yeah. Hopefully peacefully, restfully.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally take off, like not even work for once. I'm gonna really slow it down. I can't because of my other business, but at least for a week. I'm gonna tell my programmer, like, hey, you need to like, cause my programmer is an Aries, and he is ready. He's like pushing me, and I'm like, time out. I mean, I'm a Capricorn, but like, this Capricorn is about to be burnt out again. So
Yeah.
I need at least 1 week off to myself. Like, not even like focused on like any work. Like, if anything, I want to watch like dramas and make popcorn and like just like do nothing all day long. That would be
I
like a
don't have
nice.
any real plans. I took some days off from work, but sometimes it doesn't work out that way. We generally get really busy for the end of the year.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, what are you thinking? Maybe the 29th we'll get back together?
Let's see here. Well, since around that time I'm free. Like my kids or my son isn't in school. Um, my time is flexible. I don't know if you want to do it the day after. I am like really open if you want it the 29th. It's up to you.
Let's see, it's on the 26th, right?
Mhm.
We can do the 26th if you want.
Yeah, we can do it because I'll have a less hectic schedule.
Well, that is the day of the full moon. You want to do the 26th?
Yeah, we can.
I'm supposed to take off that day. Hopefully, I will.
Okay.
And
And then we can like get like the day after vibes, and then we'll really figure out how this Cancerian full moon energy is. Um,
so, what time with us being off?
we can go earlier. Like we can go back to our normal schedule. Like um,
Was, was it like 4 and 7?
yeah, 4 and 7. Um, if you want to do it sooner than that, I'm open for that too.
Let's do 4 and 7.
Okay.
And I'll incorporate like some outlook for 2024.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Okay.
because then I believe it's trying to think. Yeah, Capricorn new moon January 11th.
Oh wow. So I
Yeah,
think that's a Thursday.
I have your calendar ready to send to you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
hopefully getting that to the post office this week. I wanted to pick something up for Luna, and I haven't.
You're fine.
I haven't.
You're
Yes, you're
fine.
right. The 11th is a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, time flies.
I know.
These are interesting times for sure.
It feels like time is faster. At least that's what it feels like to me. It feels like it's just moving along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my puppy dogs have been in their beds too long. I'm going to go take them out. I didn't take them out before we came on. I'm
Oh no.
surprised they're so quiet.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you need to check on them to see what's going on.
They need to stretch their legs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm with you, Liz. I'm the same way.
Except when you're at work.
Sometimes at work, I can't believe I'll look up and the day's almost over, and other days it's like not going fast enough.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
There's
well,
some, quantum physics theories about time actually moving faster. So there's some science behind what you're saying.
mm-hmm. It just seems like that, at least for me. Like there's not enough time, and before you know it, it's dark outside. Because now I walk Luna in the dark. Like there's no daylight. By the time it's okay for me to take her out, and so it's so funny. Let me tell you, I used to walk her all the way around the block, but this is when we had light outside. Now that it's dark and we go to the corner, she'll look at me and then she'll go back home.
I don't want to go around
I
that
was
corner
like,
in the dark.
"We're not going down there, are we?" They're like, no, let's go back.
That's funny.
That's what I said. And then she's like all looking at me like, are we going back? I said, okay. I said, if you're done, I'm done too. Like, I'm not going to force you to go down there. Oh.
My dogs are crazy walking. One pulls one way and one pulls the other, and I'm like this, one
Oh,
on
like
each
the
side of the
chariot,
road.
right?
Yeah.
Like the chariot card.
Yes. Yes. The
Oh,
little, and this is the Chinese year of the dragon.
oh,
So I call them gargoyles, which are close to dragons,
mm-hmm.
like walking gargoyles down the road.
Oh,
Good stuff.
yeah.
Well, I hope everyone's gained something from this evening and enjoys the rest of the week and a half or so till the full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got something I need to get off in the mail to you. So hopefully I will do that here this couple of days.
Well, I have something for you too, but I'm gonna hold off because I want to get something for your little ones also.
We're the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, everyone, I'm glad you joined us and just keep it between the lines and
Yeah.
be optimistic. That would be my best advice.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Sunny, for
Thank
coming
you.
on and
Yeah.
sharing your light and expertise as always. And if you guys want to book a reading with Sunny, you can go to her website. It's lionmountainhealing.com. And if you want like the year look, like what do you call it? The annual review, or just kind of like a check-in, just a regular check-in.
It would be the natal birth chart progressed.
Okay.
And then the annual element is the solar return. So whenever their birthday is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll put together something for our next live on 2024.
Okay. Yeah, because I think, now that we got 2023 out the way, you know, what's 2024 up to? Hopefully better.
Yeah,
You know.
a lot of interesting shifts and changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Merry
you,
Christmas.
Liz.
Yeah.
Hope Santa's good to everyone.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye now.
All right. Bye bye. So I hope everyone has a lovely holiday season. I will actually come on live on Monday, this coming Monday again. I'll be coming on live more often um, until the new year, guys. So check out for that. Make sure that you have your notifications active, and if not, just like subscribe and click the all bell notifications so that you do get those notifications. And then also, I'll be doing zodiac signs again. Probably not as frequently as I used to, but at least I'll get back into the swing of things and I'll do like an annual thing also. So I hope everyone has a lovely evening and